Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. We are finally here for week 1. And remember, we're going to have to take a peek at everybody's roster going into each game because it is a fantasy draft. So a lot of weird players going on different teams, like Drew Brees in a Seahawks uniform. That's going to look kind of weird. But he does have Drew Brees, so he's going to be airing the ball out. Like I said, I don't know any of these guys' playing styles that I'm going up against. I just can see their players, and then I can maybe analyze their stats a little bit, but I can't do that yet because it is the first week. But just going through his roster, he does have Jarvis Landry and Nelson Aguilar, so 2 good route runners there. We'll have to keep an eye out on Jarvis Landry. He's a good route runner and he can catch the ball in traffic pretty well. Zach Ertz is actually a pretty good tight end as well. If he uses him right, he can probably do some good things with 96 catching, 92 short route run, 90 medium route run, 89 catching traffic. He is a monster. Looking at his offensive line, let's just look at that because that's what we want to really focus on because we know we have this pass rush. I mean, I can't wait to see this in action. It doesn't look like he has a good pass rush, and look who's going to be blocking Von Miller. Vadal Alexander, he's going to have problems all game with Von Miller going up against him. But look at his pass rush. He's got Cam Jordan coming off the end. Then he's got Charles Harris at right end. Let's look at D tackle Jaron Reed and then Maurice Hurst. So he's got 2 young defensive tackles there, but I think we can handle them pretty well. He has Whitney Merciless at left outside linebacker, a pretty good pass rusher. But here's where the man in the middle is Luke Kuechly. He's got Luke Kuechly, so we're gonna have to watch out for Luke Kuechly in the middle. He's gonna be a pretty good pursuit guy, and Brian Arakpo is actually pretty good in this game. If you use him right, he is really good. He is 32 years old. He is older, but if you use him right in the pass rush, he's pretty good. And looking at his corners, he doesn't have any top tier corners, but he has some pretty good ones. Tremaine Johnson is a 28-year-old corner. He's got 88 speed, and Jordan Lewis got 89 speed. So I don't know who's going to be covering Curtis Samuel, but we'll have to see if they can keep up with him. And like I said, I'm not a guy that goes deep a lot. I'm not at all. But if we can catch him in some play actions, maybe we can catch it over the top. He does have Jordan Poyer, who had an amazing year last year. He's bumped his rating up to 90 overall over these last couple Maddens. I remember one man, he's actually like 60-something overall. I had him on my team, and now he's 90. What a big turnaround. And then Malcolm Jenkins at safety. He's got kind of a pretty good defense. I mean, it's not, you know, overly great or anything, but he's got a decent defense, and then he's got Drew Brees at quarterback. So we don't know how this game is going to go, and you never know. Some of these guys, you know, they draft a lot of these guys. I think this team actually got drafted by the computer, and the user took over. He couldn't make the draft. So it's going to be a good matchup going into this one. Let's just look at training really quick. So as our 3 focus players in training, Bradley Chubb, Courtland Sutton, and Chad Kelly, we decided to do those 3 mainly because I want to make Courtland Sutton probably a star receiver. I want to make him into that star mold. I want him to be that guy I develop. Bradley Chubb as well on defense. He is a star development, so he goes up 400 XP. And depending on the scheme fits, you can see some of the players listed here. They go up quite a bit if they are in the scheme. So now right before the game, we do get an upgrade for Courtland Sutton, and it's his first one. So, you know, a scheme fit would be a deep threat here. That's deep route running, release, spectacular catch. I might want to put it on that, but I also want to put it on other things as well, release, spectacular. But I'm just going to put it up on deep threat just to put it up there and get him closer to a scheme fit. So he does go up in overall to 76, and his deep route running does go up +2. His catching goes up +1, awareness +1 as well. So you see what he's at now. He's at 89 spec tech, route running deep. It's only 73. It's pretty low still, but his catching goes up to 84. So hopefully he's going to come through for us. I see the game's a little bit broken. You see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo there. I don't know why it's there. So we also do have an upgrade for Bradley Chubb as well. So you see he is not a scheme fit yet, but developing at a star trait, star level. So let's upgrade his speed rush. You already know that his power finesse moves are pretty high at the start, but we're going to make that even higher. We're going to make that scheme fit, that pass rusher upgrade. So let's see what he goes up to. He did not go up in overall at all, but he goes up in +2 finesse move, +1 awareness, and +1 tackle. So he's already at 87 finesse moves. Man, him and Von Miller off the edge are going to be dangerous. And then one more upgrade, Artie Burns here. So our second cornerback, he has an upgrade, and he does have a man-to-man upgrade. He is a man-to-man scheme fit. So no question, I'm going to upgrade these scheme fits and get him as good as I can, because I mean, look, he's pretty solid. I mean, he's got pretty good ratings. 81 man and 81 zone is pretty good starting out. So I do upgrade the man-to-man. He goes up +1 overall, +2 man coverage, and you can see the rest, +1 play rec, press, and tackle. So he's pretty solid. So we're about to start this game versus the Seahawks. It's another user. Remember, this is all user versus user, no CPU teams. So let's hop into this game. Let's get it. Let's go. So here we go. Underway. This season is finally getting started. And here is Phillip Lindsay back to receive the kick. And he gets back to only the 25-yard line. So here comes Chad Kelly out in his first game as a starter, as a Bronco, and on the first play giving it to Ronald Jones but not getting anything. But on a 2nd and 10, here he is from the shotgun, but this time rolling out to the right, getting sacked that time by Jaron Reed. So now on a 3rd and 22, already faced with a 3rd and long early in his career, but look at that throw to Samuel on that one, and that is going to be a first down. So trying to get Rojo going, but nothing doing on the stretch that time. 2 rushes, -4 yards to start the game. So now on another 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 this time, has a clean pocket, steps up in the pocket, and look at Curtis Samuel gets open past the defense. And this is exactly what we talked about. Having a guy that can just burn corners, get over the top of the defense, it's definitely a weapon, and Chad Kelly uses that weapon already, and we are up 7-0. So now here comes Drew Brees and this offense, that time getting the pass, that time to the tight end, and we're gonna have a hard time stopping Zach Ertz, but Chandler Jones gets the first sack of the season for this Broncos defense, as they are now faced with a 2nd and 19, but getting it out that time to Eric Decker. So now on a 3rd and 9, sending a blitz. The blitzer almost gets to Drew Brees, but he completes the pass and gets the first down. So now on a 2nd and 8, here is Brees throwing another nice pass, and that is a perfect throw to Jarvis Landry in the middle of the field. And on a 1st and 10 on the next play, another completed pass to Jarvis Landry. So now on a 3rd and 3, here is Drew Brees throwing the ball up into traffic, but somehow it's only knocked down, not intercepted. And now they get faced with a 4th and 3, and they cannot convert. So Drew Brees has a nice drive, but ultimately goes for it on a 4th down. That's the thing about playing against users. They're going to go for it, and it's not going to be as realistic. It's not going to be, you know, the right thing to do sometimes, but they're going to take chances. So we're going to play this game like we would always. We're going to punt when we have to, kick field goals if we're in field goal range. We're not going to always go for it on 4th down, as we do get the handoff to James White for a good 7 yards. But on a 2nd and 3, throwing across the middle, and look who's there, Luke Kuechly. We had a guy open in the flats now that I look back at this film, but facing a blitz, Chad Kelly throws into traffic. So now back out on defense, there is Chandler Jones for his 2nd sack already in this game, and we do eventually force the punt. But you see Chad Kelly back on offense. Errant throw on that one, a wide open man. And now we're faced with another 2nd and 10, but this time the blitz does get to us. Kuechly comes in, and that is already a sack and an interception for Kuechly in this game. So now on a 3rd and 19, just rolling out to the right, nobody open. We're going to throw this away and punt it to the offense of Seattle. So now here comes Drew Brees back on offense, finding a wide open Ertz on that one, and he is getting inside the 20-yard line. Nice throw and catch that time. But our run defense, as you can see, stopping Darkwa on that one, and we're going to put him in a 3rd 3rd and 4 situation, and look who's there for the interception. It's Bradley Chubb, the rookie. We didn't blitz him on that one. We dropped him back into coverage, and look at that. He gets his first interception of his career. Welcome to the NFL, as he sets us up with 2 minutes left in this half and a chance to put some points on the board. But here on a stretch play, I thought we were going to break that when I had the blocking. I could have hit the whole Ronald Jones on that one. But now we're faced with a 2nd and 7, just trying to throw the ball deep, and it gets tipped around, and look at this. Somehow it gets tipped around, stays in the air, facing a full-on blitz, gets hit as he throws, and throws an interception. So a mistake already, 2 interceptions by Chad Kelly in this first half, but this defense is balling out. You see Darkwa isn't getting anything in this game so far, but on a 2nd and 10, look at Drew Brees finding Landry on the outside for the first down. So now on a 1st and 10, a minute left in this half, trying to fit it into traffic, and wow, somehow that's not picked off. Jarvis Landry stays, or actually runs out of bounds, but on the next play, look at Artie Burns coming up with the interception, and that is perfect timing right before half. And that pretty much takes us into halftime, as we don't try to go deep or anything. We don't want to make a mistake and set them up with field position. So we go into half up 7-0. So now here to start the second half, here is Darkwa. Look at this, 6 rushes for 1 yard. This defensive front is just making stop after stop. But look at this pass to start the second half by Drew Brees. And that somehow is not deflected or picked off, and Micah Hyde was actually there in position, but he doesn't get it. So now they continue to move the ball that time on the completion to Ertz. So now on us 1st and 10 at the 25, Chandler Jones gets in for his 3rd sack of this game. So now on a 3rd and 14, here is Brees. No pressure this time. He's going to throw to the left side, but that is not going to be in bounds, as he does have to kick the field goal. But look who's coming around the corner. Isaac Yiadom, the rookie from Denver. He plays on the Denver Broncos in real life, and here we have him there. Like I said, he's one of those guys I want to develop, and look at him already coming up with the special teams play. That will earn you more playing time. So now here comes Chad Kelly in this offense, giving the ball to Ronald Jones. And look, Ronald Jones, just like Orleans Darkwa, is not getting anything in this game but the first big catch by Cortland Sutton that time. Nice blocking by James White that time. So now on a 1st and 10, past the 30-yard line, taking a sack is Chad Kelly. So now on a 3rd and 15, here is Kelly. He has a clean pocket, throws to the right side, and look who's there. Pierre Garçon holds onto it. That throw had to be in one place and one place only, and it got there. So now on a 1st and goal, trying to run the ball to the outside, but Ronald Jones is going to get tripped up. So we actually do lose a couple of yards on the 2nd down, and we end up with a 3rd and 11. But now we get faced with a 4th and goal, and Chad Kelly gets absolutely destroyed in the hole, trying to sneak it in on a 4th and goal, but we turn the ball over. So now here comes Drew Brees at the 1-yard line, but dumping it off to his running back, and that's a safety. Chris Harris comes up with the safety, and nice play by the veteran as he makes it a 9-0 game. This is a weird game. No offense so far in this game, just all defense, as Harris gets the sack on that one. So now on a 2nd and 17, look at this pocket, has a clean pocket to throw, throws to the outside, and Pierre Garçon with that 96 catching holds on to that one in traffic. So now on a 3rd and 8, here is Garçon picking up a block from James White. James White is having a pretty good game blocking. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that, but you can have good games blocking, as he's not giving up any sacks, but right on cue, Cam Jordan comes around the outside, beats our right tackle for the sack. So now on a 3rd and 19, here is Chad Kelly just trying to do something here, throws the ball deep, and that one is deflected out of the hands of Curtis Samuel. But look at this punt. We actually pin them inside the 10 once again. And on the first play, look at Bradley Chubb. He gets the sack while getting blocked, and that is going to be another safety. So 11-0, and Bradley Chubb already with the interception, already with the sack for a safety. He's having quite the debut so far. So now here comes Chad Kelly back out on offense, and this time throw into Pierre Garçon, and I am actually starting to really like Pierre Garçon. I mean, he is holding on to everything I throw at him in traffic. He's going to be valuable as he needs to, you know, allow these young guys to develop. So now on a 2nd and 2, here's Chad Kelly facing some pressure from Luke Kuechly once again. 2 sacks already for him in this game. So now we are into the 4th quarter on a 3rd and 12, just trying to throw the ball deep to Samuel, but that throw is just a little bit inaccurate. I think Samuel had him beat on that, but Williams comes up with the interception. So now they're once again at the 8-yard line on a 3rd and 10, and look at Bradley Chubb, his 2nd sack and his 2nd safety. I mean, what a debut from Chubb. He is absolutely abusing that left tackle. I have no idea who that left tackle is, but he's got a lot of work to do handling Bradley Chubb. As here we go back out on offense, 13-0. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and we end up taking a big sack. But on the next possession, look at Sua Cravens. After punting the ball away on the first play, he comes up with the pick. So now here we go. We got to waste this time. But now already caught with a 3rd and 13, but throwing the ball over the top of the defense. Julius Thomas goes up and gets that one. So like I said, we got to run this clock a little bit. So here's James White getting going on the handoff, and he has 50 yards rushing. Ronald Jones just doesn't have anything in this game. But on a 2nd and 11, having a clean pocket to the left side, so he picks up 8. Chad Kelly using his legs. You see the Seattle coach calling a timeout. So now on a 3rd and 3, he sends an all-out blitz, but look who's open. Courtland Sutton gets his first touchdown, and that makes it 19-0, and it propels us to a victory, 19-6 in the opener. As we had an okay game. I mean, the offense was shaky. I gotta admit, I was a little bit nervous. This is a big deal. This league is a big deal. I was a little nervous, and plus, you know, it's hard playing NCAA football than switching over to Madden. I mean, the gameplay is so much different. I can get rid of the ball pretty quickly. In Madden, it takes time to throw the ball, and that's why I was taking a lot of those sacks. It was kind of taking a long time to throw the ball, but we did end up coming away with the victory. This was a really good sighting for our young guys, especially Curtis Samuel and Courtland Sutton. They showed me something. Like I said, I like Sutton in the slot because I can throw it high and he can go up and get it. And then having Samuel on the outside, and as well as Pierre Garçon, I mean, holding on to those passes in coverage, just phenomenal. But the player of the game is no doubt Bradley Chubb. 2 sacks, 2 safeties, and an interception in his debut as a rookie. He's going to be a force. And you know what's funny is that we didn't even see Von Miller in this game. He didn't have any sacks, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Chandler Jones and Bradley Chubb came to play for real. I think, you know, Von Miller was getting handled by a pretty good right tackle, but it opened up Chubb and Chandler Jones to get to the quarterback. So you see Jarvis Landry did have 132 yards for him, but Luke Kuechly as well had a pretty good game. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, because, man, this series is going to be fun. 32 users, so let's get it. Let's go.